Hey sugars, it's Babojale Lutia Monet and I did not come here to play, okay? I wonder if you can hear me. I actually need to check if you can hear me. We're outside and I just felt like I wanted to do this video outside today. But I wanted to talk about how to love without losing yourself. The reason why I want to talk about this is because when you get in a healthy relationship sometimes, and if you haven't been in a healthy relationship, then listen up. Being in a healthy relationship can make you realize unhealthy things about yourself. Either make you realize it on your own or the relationship will show you things where you need to heal from and just unhealthy habits. And my realization hit probably a couple of years ago on this topic. I was in my first real healthy relationship, and I feel like a lot of people, when they say healthy, everybody doesn't have the same definition when it comes to a healthy relationship. So I'll speak on my own and from my experience. I've also been thinking about this lately heavy as well because of things that I'm going through in my life at the moment. When I realized that I did have unhealthy habits about me that I still needed to work on, or things that I didn't even know about myself that I still needed to work on. For instance, I could not be alone. Like 5 years ago, I could not be alone. I could say that I could be alone, but I needed somebody there, a friend, a family member. I needed somebody there at all times to fill the silence. I could not be silent within myself, even in a group of people. If it was silent, I felt like I had to fill the noise. And that's something that I really had to work on, but I didn't realize it's something I had to work on until I got into a healthy relationship. And those are just the many things that a healthy relationship can show you about yourself. It's not bad, but you shouldn't need to depend on a person being there for you to be fulfilled or happy in life. For me, losing myself in a relationship looked like my routines being off. I wasn't doing what I normally do, like skincare, nighttime routine, working out, eating healthy. And that's not the only indicator that like you're falling off a little bit, girl. Sometimes sometimes you need that space to fall off. Sometimes when you're coming together with somebody, you need to establish a relationship, and sometimes you do need to take a step back from your normal routine. And if you're really invested in the partnership and in the relationship, that's something that I've experienced, that I'm like, I am off my routines, but this is something that I've accepted. This is someone that I want to establish a connection with. This is worth it, right? But at some point, you need to be real with yourself. At some point, you need to be like, okay, now I established this connection with this person. I want to be in a relationship with this person. I want to be with this person. We already know this. I love this person. We know this. But now let's get back on track. And so with me, losing myself can look like my routines being a little off. If I'm constantly depending on them being there. If I am like, oh my god, I need to talk to my person 25/8, then that's an issue. I'm losing myself. I'm losing myself. So that's something that I always watch out for. I do not want to lose myself when it comes to a connection. I don't think you have to lose yourself in order to be in love or in order to have this fulfilling, amazing relationship with a person. Another sign that I'm losing myself in a situation, in a relationship, or anything like that is when I overthink. I'm already an overthinker, but if I'm overthinking and it's not like the normal overthinking, I'm losing myself. I'm losing myself. What am I overthinking for? And I feel like there's nothing wrong with being honest with yourself and just taking a step back from everything. From everything, people, places. Something that I'm learning now and that I have been learning over the past couple of years is being honest with yourself, getting back to yourself. Even if you do get off track a little, make sure that you come back to yourself. If you are somebody who is a creative, and I'm not just talking about content creation, I'm talking about a creative in general. Anything that has to do with creativity, make sure that you go back to that. Make sure that you don't lose that. You can still create while dating. Don't lose yourself trying to find the love of your life, because the first love of your life needs to be yourself. You need to love yourself before you can try to love another. I've always been the type of person to be independent. I am somebody who prides themselves on being independent. I grew up with a single mother of 4. She showed me what independence was before anybody else did. One thing that I have always prided myself on as well is emotional independence. And this is something that I had to learn. I was forced to learn. It wasn't like something that came naturally. It's something that happened, that needed to happen, but I was forced to learn how to be emotionally independent because my mom wasn't home most of the time. She was always working. So sometimes when I would be going through things, I wouldn't go to my mother. I would deal with it on my own. You know what I would go to? My journal. And that's why for the past 13 years, I've been journaling. I don't go to talk to my friends or my partner. I go to my journal before anything. And then maybe if I need advice or if I need another listening ear that's actually somebody who can give me something, then I'll go to my partner. Then I'll go to my friends. But it's not something that I do at first. I always try to handle things on my own at first, but if I'm not afraid to ask for help. I used to be not afraid, but I used to just pride myself on like, I don't need help. I don't need help from anybody. That's a gift and a curse. I feel like us independent baddies, we need to figure out a middle ground where you don't always have to ask for help, but if you need it, you need to ask. Closed mouths don't get fed. And being in your solitude is something that will help you in life more ways than one. Being alone, reconnecting with yourself, doing things that you love to do, figuring out things that you love to do, figuring out yourself. Those are all things that are very important, especially in our 20s. Okay, we need to be figuring out us, who you are as a person. And you can do that in a relationship and you can do it outside of a relationship. There are no rules to this. You make up your own rules because it's your life. You can't listen to everything that you hear on social media. Even me speaking right now. Take what you can and what resonates. Leave the rest. And I think overall, I am still learning. I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning how to not lose myself in love. I'm still learning a lot, but that's the whole point of life. The whole point of life is to evolve every single day. You're not the same person you were yesterday. You're not going to be the same person the next day, and neither am I. And that's just life, but life is so beautiful in that way, I feel like, in my opinion. And another thing that I'm learning is not everything needs to be perfect, and not everything is going to be perfect. You have to learn to love the imperfections in life. But let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you do to not lose yourself in love while dating, while being in a relationship. I love to hear stories. I love to hear advice. And yeah, I absolutely love this video. I love talking. It's hotter than a blood in here, so I'm going to leave. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps a girl out. Leave a like and a comment. I love you guys. Kisses. Bye.